What's going on? Welcome. We're back. How's everybody doing? Great day in the market, right? Just insanity. I mean, let me put down the volume a little bit on my end. Skip this song. Skip that song. Skip that. Alright, that's better. Alright, hope everybody's doing well. The market crushed it today. I mean, the NASDAQ was pretty much up 4%. Can't remember the last time that happened. I think the NASDAQ might have had the best day since last April. So in pretty much a year, best day for the NASDAQ. I'm hyped, I'm excited. I'm happy about how well today did, but of course, I'm not here to be cocky. I'm not here to get, just be overhyped. I'm happy. I know I'm not really showing it, but I am. Maybe I'll get more hyped when we look through all the trades. Probably will. But yeah, the market did very, very well. I could put down the music a little bit. Should be good though. Let me put on my mic. I think it should be better now. I just lowered it. But yeah, hope everybody's doing well. The market just went insane. That's the easiest way to put it. I think stimulus, more voting is going on, but it's getting pretty close. I think the 10-year yields finally fell a little bit, and the market just rallied, especially tech. Tech's been severely underperforming other sectors in the last couple of weeks, and tech was the big performer today. Just huge bounce across the board for all of tech. Even the S&P was up 2% at one point. Then in like the final 15-20 minutes of the day, there was for sure a pullback. It wasn't too extreme. Right now we're looking at futures. They're down a bit. They're down 0.20% on the S&P. Currently at the session lows on futures. It's not too bad right now. I don't know if it's going to get worse later on in the night. Now I gotta put the music back up. Alright, I'm leaving it there. I put it in the middle. But yeah, futures, they're down a little bit. It's not the end of the world. It's just, they're pulling back. I mean, after you have a day like today, even if you go down 1% on futures, I wouldn't be surprised. So I'm pretty chill with whatever happens on futures. Maybe you get a bad open tomorrow. I'm not too sure. But regardless, what did happen today was just very, very good. And yeah, we're gonna go over the trades in a second. Let's talk about Bitcoin and the market first, and we'll go over all the trades. But yeah, I mean, if we're just looking at the actual indexes, you're still in the middle of a channel. It was great price action today, but I don't think it was technicals that signaled it at all. I mean, I was, if you remember on Friday, when the market was really dumping and it was at the bottom of this whole entire move down. You follow me on Twitter if you're in the Discord. Braden just dropped the link to the Discord in the chat. You follow me there on Friday when you were at the lowest point of this dump in the market or correction. It's not really a dump, I don't want to say that, but pullback correction, whatever you want to call it. When you're at the lowest point, that's when it was super bullish. That's when I was saying in the Discord that I thought that the short-term bear trend was over, and that's what played out to be true. And you pretty much rallied nicely about 62-63% of the way back up to the top. Yeah, that's futures. Let's go look at the S&P. Still, you're in the middle of the channel. One thing you do have on the S&P 500 is hidden bullish divergence on the daily. The last time you had that, I think you went up like 6%. This was the last time you had it, right over here. You're developing again. It's not confirmed yet, but it looked nice. Then if we go to the QQQ and the NASDAQ, you had classic bullish divergence, which actually confirmed today on both the NASDAQ and the QQQ. You had classic bullish divergence on the 4-hour. I don't think that this move today was technical. I just think that buyers came in after a very decent correction that happened very, very quickly. This is not even the biggest correction of the bull market. It just happened pretty fast. And I feel like a lot of people were overexposed, and especially for tech, it was a very big fall. But the S&P, it's not even close to the biggest correction during the bull market. And yeah, you showed some classic bullish divergence for sure. What I really liked was that you broke back above 13K. You're trying to invalidate this head and shoulders, this bearish pattern. You're trying to invalidate it. As long as you can close above 13,000 on the NASDAQ tomorrow, you're good. You don't have too much breathing room. You're kind of already close to it. You didn't get too far above it, but I mean, 4% in a day, you really can't mathematically ask for much more than 4% in one day on the NASDAQ. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. I'm not biased in any sort of direction going tomorrow. I'm still completely neutral. I wasn't biased going in today. I was very neutral. Of course, I was super happy about what happened, how well the trades did. But I wasn't like bull or bear biased going today. I'm not bull or bear biased going to tomorrow. You're just kind of in the middle of ranges on the indexes. So that is that. Now let's go look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin hit the target of the trade and went even a little bit higher. The primary target of the trade for a 21% profit. I think I alerted this Bitcoin trade about 9 days ago. It was not this Sunday, but it was like last Sunday. So yeah, it hit the target. The alert came out at 45K, and I said in the Discord to be putting in an entry position in case it didn't come down to the optimal entry. It never came down there. The divergence over here just played out. So if you had your entry position, like I said in the Discord, you would have been up, or you would be up 21% at the target, a little bit lower now. And if it really does break this level, I mean, there's... Oh my gosh, Steven, let's go. The $100 donation to start things off. Let me fix the audio. Wow, Steven. Hopefully, let me put the volume down. Whoa. Oh my gosh, Steven, thank you very much. Can we get some vibes in the chat for Steven with the $100 donation to kick off the stream? Thanks for doing this. And then Steven said CLOV and XPEV. We're going to talk about them. They both had huge days today. Awesome. Congrats, Steven. If you were in on both of those trades, thank you very, very much for the $100 donation. You're awesome. Thank you for all the support you've been sending for months now, on Twitter, through tips. And yeah, really, really appreciate all the support. Thank you very much for that very generous tip/donation. You're awesome, Steven. Let's get some vibes in the chat for the 100 coming in from Steven. Thank you very much. And yeah, back to Bitcoin. You hit that first target and now you're pulling back on Bitcoin. So yeah, the primary target was already achieved. If it goes higher or lower, I'm not going to be changing the number on the sheet. But for the people who were in the Discord, I did create a second and third target. The second target was 57, pretty much your previous all-time highs, your second target. And then the third target, why is it not extending? All right. Then your third target is the 1272 fib extension. So there's two higher targets in case it really does break this level. But if you're watching Mitch Ray's stream, and Mitch Ray is like the Bitcoin master, he has been showing that there is a potential bearish harmonic and that the PCZ is in this general area. So there is technically a bearish harmonic PCZ over here. To invalidate that, I think Mitch said you need to get pretty much above, like, I don't remember exactly, like 59K or something is maybe what he said, don't quote me, but yeah, you're at a potential bearish area. You're also at a resistance from pretty much the beginning of this wedge, and you're pulling back right now, Bitcoin, but the target was already hit. I don't care what it does from now on for the midterm or short term. I hope it goes up, but trade played out, or the primary trade. A lot of vibes in the chat. Thank you. Steven says, thanks, brother. In class, can't stay on tonight. Timestamps would appreciate it. Yeah, hopefully we're going to be getting timestamps. I know Mike wasn't feeling too great yesterday. So hopefully they do come in. But thank you very much, Steven. Really, really appreciate it. Mage said, he said 58K, if not 60. Okay, thank you. So yeah, that's Bitcoin trade played out. And then we already talked about the market. So that's my coverage. Not biased going into the market tomorrow. I'm not biased on Bitcoin. Both Bitcoin and the SM and the market. So both the stock market and Bitcoin, in my opinion, are very, very 50-50 in the short term. Hopefully, stimulus, everything works out fine and the money printer continues going. But, I can't only credit that. There's other things that, like inflation and just already going up 4% in one day, like pullbacks would not be a surprise to me. Going up high would not be a surprise to me. I'm very unbiased with the market. Pretty much for maybe the rest of the week, I can see both scenarios playing out. What will be the downside targets for the bearish harmonic? I would assume around over here, because it would have to be something like this, right? X, A, B, C, D, something like that. So the downside targets would probably be between like 44 to like around like 44 to 43K, if that's what Mitch was looking at, which is, I assume that's kind of how I would see a bearish harmonic on Bitcoin right now, something like that. So lower 40K range, I guess. But yeah, that recaps all the trades. Let's go look at the actual trades. Let's look at the trade sheet. Let me switch over to the other. Okay, all right. You're looking at it. I mean, it's in the title. Most trades are in profit. Let's go. Huge, huge day. The trade sheet was also looking pretty decent yesterday at close, but today, oh my gosh. I mean, especially in the morning, like maybe 5 or 6 trades were up just today alone, up like over 10%. And that's awesome. QS hit the target pretty much today for a 26% profit. It was right under the target, and I alerted in the Discord and on Twitter that I'm just realizing the target because it was kind of pulling back a little bit. I didn't want to risk it. So QS hit the target for a 26% gain in I think maybe a week. I don't remember exactly when I posted it, maybe a little bit under a week. Bitcoin, as I just showed you, hit the target for 21% profit secured. Sundial is really frustrating me. Yesterday in the Discord and on Twitter, I said that I was going to be pretty much closing out the trade because it was, at the time, it was the highest performing trade of the week. And it was only a 15% profit. Only, I say only, but it could have been a lot better. Actually hit the original target. So I did also say in the Discord that if you wanted to stay in Sundial, absolutely, it's always your choice. I was just closing it out just to lower risk because I was a little bit cautious when the market was falling yesterday afternoon. But again, when you're unbiased, it's kind of like a 50-50, and I was taking that 50-50. Didn't work out too well on Sundial, even on Apple as well, just because the Nasdaq rallied so crazy today. I did not anticipate that, but yeah, just a little bit frustrated there. But who cares? Profit's always profit. I mean, I'm sure people care, but I mean, Sundial went insane today. It went to $1.40. I put out the alert on Sundial on Friday. If you would have never sold, or if you would have pretty much sold at the high of today, you would have had like a 45% profit. So that's why I'm frustrated with only making 15% on the sheet, because Sundial went insane. CLOV, let's go. Okay, from the first PCZ, and we're going to go look at the chart and what I mean by what I'm saying that. From the first PCZ at $7.05, CLOV closed up 16% since the entry. From the second PCZ, the lower one, which was at $6.35, CLOV is up 29% from that second PCZ. Let's go. Space up 15%. That was alerted yesterday. MBIO up 11%. That was alerted yesterday. XPEV up 9%. That was alerted yesterday. Fisker up 3%. ATRA up 3%. FEYE up 3%. PLTR 3%. BLNK only up 1%. CCIV, another thing that's frustrating. Last week we had a lot of trades pretty much go up double digits, and then they were up double digits percentage wise, and then they came all the way back down to the stop losses when the market was like pulling them back. So really what I was planning on doing, and what I'm still planning on doing, is any trades that go up over 10% come all the way back down to the entry, I'm just going to cancel them out. So that at least you're not letting a winning trade turn into a losing one. But this is the scenario in which that will screw you over, because it went back down to the entry and then it bounced, stay with the rest of the market. But again, it's always your choice. You know, the trade ID is still held. It's just the sheet is a little bit more. I try to manage the risk on the sheet. Like, imagine I was, you know, a hedge fund or an institution. I try to make sure that the overall trades collectively can be leading to a good result. That's what I'm trying to do. Overall, it takes a lot of planning. If you can tell in the last couple of weeks, I've not been putting out trades when the market was going up. I didn't put any trades today. No trades were alerted today. I've only been putting out trades when the market's going down and nearing support levels. So that's that. UVXY, actually, I need to fix. I think it's down more than 2% now. It was down after hours, but that was the hedge trade. That's the only new trade going into this week that's down. Every other trade's up, and this is down because the market was up. And again, that's for experienced traders. It's for hedging your portfolio. BigCommerce, it was down 9% yesterday, and it went up today. It's up only down 4% now. Then Apple, also a little bit frustrating. It broke the support, and I guess we can look at the chart. It broke the support yesterday. The technicals were not looking good, but then the Nasdaq pretty much pulled all of tech up today, and Apple just rallied with the Nasdaq. So that was that. But overall, I mean, awesome day for the trades. Hopefully, because a day like today definitely it makes up for the losses from last week. I mean, 3%, 3%, 7%, and 11%. Even if you were only in these trades last week and you were not in any of the winning trades last week, a day like today easily cancels out those losses in one day. So hopefully that helped. All these trades helped you out today and all the alerts. That's what I hope. I don't know how it could have not, unless you were only in, no, every single trade was up today. No trade here. I think maybe one of them, maybe like TNK might have been down like 1%, but that trade's still in profit. But every single thing I'm looking at here, I think was up today, except for the UVXY. And you'd only be in the UVXY trade if you had long positions, because you're hedging those positions. So there's no way you're only in the UVXY trade and not in any other trade. So pretty much everything was up today, even though these are down overall, except for UVXY. that's the recap of the trades today. A lot was going on. The index is awesome move there. And yeah, that recaps the day. Super happy. Make sure to hit that like button. We got 50 people in here, only 20 likes. We need a few more likes on a day like today. Let's get to 30, 40 likes, whatever you guys can do. Aside from that, if you're not subscribed, we've been right under 2,300 subscribers like all week. It's been a little bit slow, and we are currently 1 subscriber away from 2,300, which means out of the 47 people here, if one of you is not subscribed, you can be the 2,300 subscriber. So we're 1 subscriber away from 2,300. And if you want to send me a tip, like Steven with the very generous $100 donation, if you want to send me a tip of whatever amount, that's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. Also, I'm going to get to the charts, I swear. Probably going to be doing a little bit of a longer stream tonight. The tip page, the credit cards were not working. Only PayPal has been working on the tip page for like the last 5 days. So I finally I've been talking to Streamlabs on email. It took about 5 days to resolve it, but now the whole entire tip page is working again. Everything was sorted out. So yeah, the tip page is fully functional after not working correctly for like a week. So yeah, that's a pinned comment in the chat. Let's go talk about the charts and look at all these trades, and then we'll take it from there. Okay, brightness now. What does the asterisk next to it means that on Friday morning, like when we were looking at the trades, the asterisks next to those trades mean that on Friday morning when the market was like dumping, they got stop hunted, but they never closed their candles under the stops. If you remember on Friday, I said that I was going to be keeping those trades alive because, you know, they never actually confirmed the breakouts to the downside. I just wanted to keep that there for full transparency. Bitcoin's still falling. I'll put another, I don't know why I haven't alert on Bitcoin. Futures also still down some. Yeah, let's go look at all the trades. Let's start off with Clover. Let's go. Oh my gosh. All right, so Clover, there was 2 PCZs. When I put out this trade, I said in the description of the trade that there was 2 PCZs. I'm in the grocery cart right now. Cheddar Freeze is at the store. That's funny. But yeah, there was 2 PCZs of the trade. The first one was $7.05, and then the second PCZ was $6.35. The all-time low on Clover was $6.31. So it was, that second PCZ was 4 cents away from the all-time low, where it had a huge bounce. If you got in at the first PCZ, you'd be up 16% on Clover. If you got in at the lower PCZ, or the second one, you'd be up 29% on Clover. Triple classic bullish divergence is confirmed on the 4-hour. It looks good to me. I think there really is, there's one resistance at $9.19. If we really like zoom in and go on like the 30-minute, right over here was your low and then your high. You have a little resistance at $9.19, but the real resistance on Clover is $9.91, which was used to be your support. That's your next major resistance, because when you dump like this, you don't create real resistances because you're not going sideways, right? So that's your next major resistance on Clover, which I don't like anticipating things, because who knows if it gets there. I do think it can, but market might pull it. It's Clover. It's been rough, okay? Chat is resetting. Yeah, it does that whenever I switch scenes. But yeah, Clover, as long as you're above, really as long as you're above, I think 742, you're good. 742 is kind of where, oh, there was also like an inverse head and shoulders on the 30-minute that it broke out of. As long as you're above like 742, in my opinion, you're completely fine on Clover. One other thing I forgot to mention, and if you were in the Discord, I was streaming the Discord earlier today. I was trying it out. A lot of things, and I'm going to show you them. A lot of things are showing 30-minute bearish divergence, and they were showing it closing out the day. And I was actually showing in the stream in the Discord earlier that like right before everything started like really pulling back, I was showing the bearish divergence, and then like 5 minutes later, everything started dropping. So yeah, I mean, we look at it like literally, I can just look at your MACD, bearish divergence on the S&P, bearish divergence on the QQQ, bearish divergence on the NASDAQ, on Clover, on ATRA, on Fisker, on FEYE, on Palantir. not there. On BigCommerce, not on XPEV, on kind of on NBIO, on Space. So really, and you have bullish divergence on the UVXY, which would technically be bad for the market. But yeah, just that's the 30-minute chart. It doesn't matter too much. You know, the 30-minute chart plays out very, very quickly. It's just kind of a very short-term indicator on a lot of different charts right now. On the 30-minute, there's just some bearish divergence. It can easily be canceled out, so I don't put too much weight on it. I want to be clear with that. But as long as we're above 742 on Clover, I think it's bullish. Mitch thinks Clover will hit resistance and pull back down to lows. It definitely could. I mean, at that point, right, if it does do that, and again, that's just the idea of when you have to adapt in a trade. If it really does come, you know, up over here and then it starts pulling back, you could just take profits, right? Even if it pulls back a few percent off of that resistance, you could still, did not mean to do that. You could still be up overall in the trade, like 20+% from the first PCZ and like 40% from the second PCZ. So just react to whatever does happen. If it does get to that 990 and it starts reversing, and that would be your choice of plan of action, however you want to play it. Everything's possible always. But me and Mitch are looking at the harmonic a little bit different way. He anchored the X point from down here, whereas I anchored it. Why is my... Gosh. Alright, he anchored it from down there where I anchored it from up over here. Because I feel like this was your swing low. That's just the part of technicals where, what's it called? Where there's just some room for interpretation, right? Some people look at this as swing low, some people look at that. Just a little bit of room for interpretation there. That's the thing that, you know, technicals are sometimes like subjective, and both people can make the argument. And I just like it better this way because it already went to the exact PCZ pretty much. That's where it reversed and went back up. So I'm holding it for now. We'll see what happens there. That's Clover. Oat milk or almond? I'd probably go with oat milk. I've had both. I kind of just like oat milk a little bit better. I like every type of milk. Like, obviously, mainly I just drink cow milk, but I've had cashew milk, oat milk, almond milk. That's not to do with any of this, but hopefully that answers your question, Cheddar Freeze. So ATRA, you're showing classic bullish divergence on the daily, showing classic bullish divergence, which is confirmed on the 4-hour. You bounced off of an ice line, which used to be a resistance, and you're over the 200-day moving average. As long as ATRA stays above $16, it's one of the most bullish charts that I see, in my opinion. It just looks really, really good. With divergence, with moving average, with the support, and it's not too hard to manage your risk. As long as you don't, honestly, as long as you don't fall under this low, you're fine. So nice move on ATRA. Fisker was having some high option call volume in the morning. It was interesting. You're actually now developing 4-hour hidden bullish divergence on Fisker. And then remember, the trade idea was the 1-hour hidden bullish divergence. At one point this morning, the Fisker trade was literally up 11% in right around the open, but then it pulled back all throughout the day. Why is my... I don't know why that button's not working. Stop using it. Trying to use Control Z so I can undo action. It's not working. But yeah, Fisker trade still 3.5%. I don't know why I pulled back, but one thing I am a little bit concerned about on Fisker is this could be a bear flag, right? You could look at it something this. It could definitely be a potential bear flag. If you don't hold this demand line, take caution on Fisker. Really what just happened, and this resistance was on the chart on Fisker when I showed it. It went to the 2361 resistance, which if we go back in time, that used to be your all-time high back in November. Went to that resistance, which is right here, and that's just where it pulled back today. So just went to a resistance and then pulled back. I mean, that was honestly kind of like a little take profit area at that resistance. I didn't alert it, but I didn't think it would fall this hard that quickly. It just kind of did. So yeah. FEYE up 6% today. Trade itself though, it was down, so it's only at 3%. It was down like pretty close to the stop. It was technically stop hunted, but it closed above on Friday. Triple classic bullish divergence on FEYE. As long as you're over $19, I'm bullish. Also need a break over 2044. That used to be your support, now it's your resistance. See, not once, not twice, but like kind of 3 times it's not been able to break it. So what you want to do is you want to break over this top orange line before you fall under this bottom orange line. If you can do that, I think it can play out, or at least get higher, right? bull flag and stuff. Looks pretty good. See the data, I think you have hidden bullish. Yeah, you're pretty close to developing hidden bullish or confirming hidden bullish divergence. Palantir was up 7% today. The trade was like inches away from being stopped out yesterday. I mean, look at this. Look at this red candle right here. It was like, it came down here and the stop was right here. So it was pretty close. Didn't actually hit it, so it was not stopped out yesterday. Candle close. And then today had a big day. So the trade's back in profit, probably by like 2% or something. So even if you wanted to get out here, you'd still be getting out for a profit on what was once a losing trade. But honestly, as long as you're above 23 on Palantir, you look fine. BNK was the only trade that was down today, but the overall trade is still in profit by like 1%. Not looking too great. You've stopped developing the divergence. I think what you need to do for me to get really real bullish on TNK again is I just want to see the divergence confirm. I don't even want to mess around here. I want the MACD to go back to green on the 4 hour. That's what I want. Otherwise, take caution. That simple. Looked good, but started off well and it looked good, but right now it's just not doing what I hoped it could. Right? Big Commerce, also another one that was extremely close to getting stopped out on the closing candle yesterday. It was like 1% away. This was like where it came down to, and that was your stop loss. But then it bounced today. Now the trade is only down about 4%. So honestly, as long as you're above 57, you're good. But if you want to cut losses, again, it's always your choice on what you want. Still, actually, no, you're not developing hidden bullish divergence anymore. So you don't even have divergence. All you're really hoping on Big Commerce is you hold 57. So the argument's not as strong as it once was. XPEV, let's go. The next 3 tickers I'm going to show you, they were all on my watch list. I sent out a watch list to the Discord on Sunday afternoon, and I basically said they're not official trades yet. I'm just looking at them because I was scanning through a bunch of tickers on Sunday. I found these 3 tickers. Then on Monday, they all opened up super well. I did not put out the trade on Monday. They all opened up super well. Then they all fell super. I mean, I did put out the trades on Monday. They all opened up super well in the morning, so I didn't put the trades out on Monday morning. But then on Monday afternoon, the whole entire market was pulling back, and that's when I put out the trades on XPEV, MBIO, and Space. All 3 of the trades that I alerted yesterday are up over 10%. All 3 of them. I mean, minus the 4th one, which was UVXY, but that's a hedge trade. It's not like an actual chart play. It's like just, hedging your portfolio if you want to, experienced traders. We're going to get to SNDL. Yeah, XPV, MBIO, and Space were all alerted yesterday, and they were all up. They were all up over 10%. So good stuff there. XPV, kind of close to a bullish butterfly. It's not perfect, but it's close to it. You get like a bullish pin bar candle on Friday. Classic bullish divergence developing on the daily. Classic bullish divergence confirmed on the 4 hour. And you were up, I think, 14% at one point today, but now you're only up, or you closed up 11%. So trades in profit. There is a little bit of a gap to fill on the 4 hour, but it's not really on the daily, so I don't know if it matters. As long as your divergence continues to develop on the daily, you're good on XPV. Very nice start to the trade. MBIO was also up 11%. It was alerted yesterday. Hidden bullish divergence still developing since the entry of the trade. It's up 11%, right? Because I posted the entry at 302 and went up to 336. It's up 11% today, and the trade's up 11%. So pretty straightforward there. Triple classic bullish divergence is also confirmed. It bounced off support. Beautiful start to XPV, to MBIO, and to Space. Even if you wanted to take, strap my water, even if you wanted to take 11% profits on both, got it, right? It's always your choice. So yeah, both those were alerted yesterday. Space was also alerted yesterday. You're very close to confirming your hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour on Space. Bounced off the 200-day moving average on Friday. And this previous high used as a support. I put out the trade on Monday when it was down over here. And the Space trade is currently up 15% in 1 day, 15% gains on Space, even if you took profits here. But with this hidden bullish divergence and the fact that you closed above 2960, I think it has a pretty decent shot of actually getting to the target, as long as the market doesn't pull it. So whatever you want to do, if you want to set like a stop loss in profits, however you want to play it, but 15% profits in 1 day since the Space alert. And then the only thing that was down today, or besides from TNK, but that trade's still in profit, was UVXY. And again, this is not like an actual chart play. It's just to hedge your portfolio. This is only down 2.5%, like 3% almost, but yeah, obviously this was going to pull back when the market was going insane. I don't need to sneeze, but yeah, it pulled back. It's only down 3%, and you're just trying to hedge. As long as you're above, oh, I need to sneeze. As long as you're above 824 on UVXY, it's fine. So just using it as a hedge for more traders. And Bitcoin have not moved too much. But yeah, let's keep it going. US pretty much hit the target. I said on Twitter and in the Discord that I was realizing the profits. So 26% profit on QS. There you go. Just profit, 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 rolling out the trades. And a day like today makes up for multiple days of like weird trades, right? You know, last few days have just been 50-50 with a lot. Today was pretty much like 90% more crushing it. So yeah, QS pretty much went to the target of the trade in just a few days. I think I might have posted this on Thursday or Friday last week. 26% profits. Now 2 for 2 on the QS chart. Remember, I also called this move right here. And look at this, right? I alerted the QS trade, I think at like 47. I'm talking about the previous trade. It was around like right here is where I alerted it. And that's pretty much right around where it gapped up. And then what was my target on the QS trade? It was $70. I mean, what? It literally went right up to my target, and then that's where it pulled back. So it was like a 46% profit trade on QS right over here in February. It went right to the target perfectly, even a little bit higher, so your order would have filled, and it pulled back. So that was a beautiful trade on QS, if anybody here remembers. And then again, it pretty much came all the way back down to the same level. I saw the divergence, and on Friday I put out another trade on QS. Now I'm 2 for 2. And these are some monster gains, right? The first trade on QS was 46% profit in like, I think 2 weeks or something. And then this trade on QS is 27% profit in like 2 or 3 days. So collectively, that's like over, I think 70% profit or something on QS. So we'll see if it presents another trade in the future, but happy with both of the trades on it for now. CCIV was up 11% today, kind of frustrating. I technically did close out the trade because what happened yesterday was at one point this trade was already up 11%. It went to the resistance and then it pulled back all the way down to the entry and it kind of faked me out. And I kind of closed out the trade. And then today when the market rallied, CCIV also rallied up 6%. But again, I also said, like, as I always say, it's always your choice, right? Just because I'm, you know, canceling out on the sheet and you're still in the trade if you think it looks good, so choice. If you look at the daily on CCIV, you're showing hidden bullish divergence, which is developing. You're pretty much confirmed going to be getting hidden bullish divergence. It's just a question of when. Unless you actually dump under $10. The only way you don't get hidden bullish divergence is if you come under $10. I would say there's a 99% chance you're not going to do that before at least making a reversal to the upside to make a common retrace or whatever. But yeah, you are showing some right there. And the two trades that upset me today, I'm going to save the worst for last, I guess. Apple. Pretty much went down to the stop yesterday and it broke the support, so it's not looking good. It was literally just the index. The Nasdaq was up 4%. So what do you think Apple is going to be doing? It was going to be rallying and Apple was up 4% today. So it's tough, frustrating, but at least all the other trades were good enough so that you can't care about it too much. And then SNDL, oh my gosh. I alerted SNDL at like 98 cents or something on Friday. Pretty much since then you would have made over 40% profit if you would have never sold. However, if when I put out the alert in the Discord that I was going to be closing it out, it was only 15%. If you would have waited for the actual target to hit, which it pretty much almost did on Monday morning itself, you would have made a 29% profit on SNDL. I should have just trusted the trade here. I was just trying to lower the risk on the overall trades. Just a mistake, a slip up, it happens. At least it happened in profit and not in a loss. But yeah, it just went insane today. And technically you could have even pulled out like 50% profits in 2 days on SNDL. Were smarter than me on this trade, could have. Or if you would have just done nothing. So I don't know if, so it's weird. I hate it, but it happened. It is what it is. And that covers all of the trades. Hopefully that helped you. Super happy. I hope you also are enjoying trades, especially on a day like today. I know it's been tough in the last few weeks, especially on Twitter, a little bit on the stream as well. Just the environment, you can tell that the environment's changed. I've been dying down. I just think the last 2 weeks really it's not great for a lot of people, and then that's why, you know, the social media just hype levels are down. So it's just a part of it, I guess. It's one of the first times since I started streaming that I'm like doing this, because before I started streaming, if you remember, last year there was these two corrections on the S&P 500, which were actually bigger than the correction we just had, but I wasn't really streaming back over then. So this is like the first time since I've started streaming and since everything's grown that we've had like a move like that. So definitely I can tell how things change when you get that type. But I'm always going to be here. I don't care what move you get. I'm always showing up. So hopefully a lot of the people in here right now are like that as well. And yeah, that's like the recap. Hopefully it helped. Bitcoin and futures still not really moving. Yeah, just huge monster day for the trades. So that's that. We'll go over tickers in a second. BYND, I think Rooster said to look at it earlier when I was doing the Discord stream. BYND is actually showing some hidden bullish divergence on the daily and on the 4 hour. It's actually confirmed on the 4 hour. You're also in like a downsloping channel. BYND looks pretty interesting. If the market doesn't dump tomorrow after the pullback today, BYND looks pretty interesting. There was definitely a much better area to be entering, but it would have been hard to catch it, just like most things on Friday morning. But yeah, BYND showing some divergence. Just wanted to bring that up real quick. Another thing that's showing divergence is XL. XL went from $10 to $35 pretty much on the day it merged, and then it went all the way back down to 10. That's insane. You could probably manage your risk on XL for a long-term trade. I'm just showing you some things that look a little bit interesting. You probably manage risk for like maybe going for like 18 bucks and then stop loss around like $8.99 or whatever. It's a high risk, high reward trade for a long-term position. I'm just showing you some potential ideas, so you do what you want with that. Not financial advice. Just showing some hidden, some classic bullish divergence on the 4 hour MACD and RSI at support 10 bucks, and it bounced off of it. It's kind of looks like a double bottom on the 1 hour too. Here, tweezer bottom, pretty interesting stuff. We'll see if it can break over 1227. So BYND and XL looking interesting, but XL is already up like 11. Yeah, UWMC had a nice day. Pretty much a lot of things had a nice day, honestly. Oh my gosh, no. Oh yeah, the short report, I forgot about that. Thank you. Please remember and please read the short report if you're going to be getting into XL. I literally completely forgot, so you just saved me, Rooster. Thank you. Look at the short report in XL. That just slipped my mind. I was looking at the chart. That's the major reason why it went from 10 to 35 back down to 10, right? So FUV, I just looked at this for the first time today. If you remember, and if you're in the Discord, when I sent the watch list on Sunday, FUV was the fourth one, right? So there was 4 or 5. There was also REGN, Enron. I posted XPEV, which was up 11% today. I posted MBIO, which was up 11% today. I posted Space, which was up 14% today. But I did not post, this was one of the only 2 from the watch list going into the week that I did not make an official trade. I just looked at it because it was still on my watch list. Wish I would have posted it, but hopefully somebody who saw the watch list in the Discord made their own trade on it. This was up 23% today, up like 25% since the entry that I showed when I put out this this screenshot of the trade, of the unofficial trade on Sunday. I don't know, I just thought I might bring it up. Really wish I would have put that out. It just completely slipped. What did Enron do? Oh, actually, it was only up 1% today. So that one really, the trade would actually been up. Crazy day. Futures bouncing a little bit, really not that much. Yeah, I'm really interested to see, if this 30-minute bearish divergence on like most stocks on the MACD will actually play out in the morning tomorrow or not. It's also kind of like a demand line on futures that you might be breaking. So the 30-minute on a lot of things are not looking too great. Kind of looks, I think maybe Guy in Hat was showing this like last night or whatever. Maybe I'm mistaken, but there's like a rising wedge that I just noticed on S&P on the 30. Could be breaking to the downside. So the low time frame technicals are not looking too hot. So hopefully, I don't know, stimulus or something helps out the market. We'll see. I would not be surprised if you even pulled back 1.5% tomorrow on the indexes after going up 4% on the Nasdaq and 2% on the S&P today. Again, I'm just really unbiased. And yeah, if you want to support the stream, there's a few things you can do. Free analysis every single night. If you want to support what I'm doing and the whole entire free trading movement, and hit the like button. I want to get to 40 likes at least, so we need 8 more people to hit the like button. And let me check how many subscribers we're at. Let's see if we can celebrate. Let's go. We hit 2,300 subscribers. Can we get some vibes in the chat right now? 2,300 subscribers. We hit it live on stream. Thank you to the new people who subscribed. And congratulations to all of us for reaching this milestone. Appreciate the 2,300. Drop some vibes in the chat. And also, if you want to send me a tip or get some merchandise, that's the pinned comment in the chat. First link in the description. Thank you again to Steven for sending the $100 donation at the beginning of the stream. Appreciate it. I know he's not here right now, but appreciate it. Yeah, that's how you can support what I'm doing if you ever want to, or you could just watch. That also helps. Second, I'm just tweeting out right now. All right, we got vibes coming in from DF, Game PvP, B Collective, Ulrich, Matey, Ariel, Mr. J Long, Drew, I Am, and Fab. Let's go. Thank you for all the vibes. 2,300 subscribers. Really appreciate all the support. And yeah, want to send me a tip or get some merch, that's the pinned comment in the chat. Also, if you send me a tip and you request a ticker in the message, I'll take a look at it for you or as soon as possible. If I'm already looking at a chart, I'll do it like right after. It's like a thank you for supporting me. But yeah, with all that being said, that's enough of me asking you to hit subscribe and like buttons, but you can look at some tickers now. So yeah, if you want me to take a look at something, drop it in the chat. How long have I been live for? Share all the vibes coming in. Been live for like 45, so we could do like, half an hour maybe of ticker requests, just talking. If you have any questions about trading that you want me to answer, feel free to also drop that in the chat. Yeah, if you want to request a ticker, ask me some questions. Free analysis, there you go. I mean, if we look at this trade sheet, okay, this is not me having any ego. It's just what I truly believe. And if I'm wrong and you have proof, please let me know. Call me out. I don't care if I'm wrong. But, I mean, just the gains from today alone. A lot of these are, some of them are from last week. Like, 5 of them. I think like maybe a couple of them here. But all of this for free, regardless of what the time frame is. With pretty much within the last week. All of these trades absolutely free. Ranging between 26% to just 1% profit. Completely free. There's no paid, you don't have to pay anything for alerts. It's just, I see things that I like and I share them with you, and that's the free trading movement. So yeah, you guys however you want to support, that's always your decision. But it's just at times, especially when it's like this good, I at least get to celebrate a little bit on stream, okay? After last week was actually pretty good too, but these 2 weeks were pretty bad. So after those 2 horrible weeks, seeing the sheet like this again just makes me happy. I mean, that's what I was used to, definitely. That's pretty much how it was, except for those 2 weeks in the last 4 months. I just had to adjust how I was putting out the trades because, there's multiple trades going out. It's not too easy to manage all of them. I think I found a much better way to be alerting the trades, which is basically don't be putting out any alerts when the market's rallying, and only be putting out alerts when the market is coming down to a support. That's what I've been doing this week and kind of at the end of last week. And hopefully you see how it's leading to a much better performance. Because I feel like a lot of people, on Twitter and whatever, they were not posting any trades when the market was at its lows because I guess they were scared or whatever. But I saw opportunity, and right now it's paying off. So just wanted to bring that point up real quick. I just don't know anybody else who's doing that completely for free, like those many trades with those results within a week. I'm trying my best, and of course there's been bad weeks like 2 weeks ago, but hopefully the adjustment that I've made in putting out the alerts and timing it with the market is proving itself. I think that's what happened today. Can't get cocky and happen. That's why I've been saying I'm super unbiased with the market. So if the market pulls tomorrow, I'm not going to be surprised. But yeah, we got a lot of stuff in the chat. Make sure to hit the like button, the subscribe button, and if you want to send me a tip, that's the pinned comment in the chat. Now let's look through a bunch of tickers. I'm only going to be doing one ticker request per person just to make it fair for time purposes. And then also, if you request me something that was up 35% today, I'm probably going to skip it, because if something's up 35%, it makes it a 50-50, right? It just means either people are going to be taking profits and it could just dump, or people are going to continue being hyped and it can keep going up. It doesn't help for technicals. I want a stable chart, nothing that's really over, 10-12%. Yeah, don't get mad if I skip a ticker, just it's for time purposes, and I like to analyze what I can analyze without guessing. So let's get to it. We got a lot of stuff in the chat. I'm just going to add all of them to my watch list for a second here. Keep running up that like button. Let's get to 40 likes. We already looked at FEYE. US is a killer, absolutely. Tesla, yeah. Crazy day for sure. Tyler says, you were the best ball on social media, bro. Honesty and transparency goes far. Thank you. I appreciate that. I don't think I'm the best, but I try my best. Today, though, I would think it's a little bit hard to argue that anybody else on any social media had the same trade performance that I did on free trades, but that's just today. I'm not saying like, oh, overall, there's definitely people. I'm not the best at what I do, but I try my best to improve at what I do every day. Hopefully at some point I become the best, but that's a little bit unrealistic. I just stay in my zone at what I'm good at, and I just get what I got. AMD, I mean, 73.88, as long as you're above that, you're good. Kind of broke like a demand line. You broke under the 200, well, you're at the 200-day moving average. No divergence on the daily. Really, on AMD, as long as you can hold 73.88, you're good. Otherwise, there's going to be gaps to fill if you break under. So you probably would be heading lower. As long as you're above 73.88, you're good on AMD. Somebody asked the questions. I think somebody asked a question. Brewster, no. Favorite books. If you want, I'll just drop the link for you in the chat. Go on the website. There's a whole entire. I put like a little section where you can see the books I would recommend. It's already on the website, but I'll just link it in the chat because George was asking, what are your favorite books? All right, I just dropped the link in the chat for some books that I mentioned on the website. So AIV, I looked at this yesterday. Just kind of like range bound. You're kind of between 454 and like 514. I think whichever way you break will be telling, but right now you're literally in the middle of a channel, a little bit actually towards the top. No divergence on the daily. No divergence on the 4 hour. Not really an edge. Going either way. Blink was up 20% today. I was actually, this is where I was showing sample trades. Let me just delete that. You were showing classic bullish divergence, but it's already playing out, right? You were already up 20% today. So your resistance is 34.55. And if you break that, good. If you can't, not good. JM with the $5 donation. PHUN. Potential hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour RSI and daily RSI MACD at accumulation area. Keep up the good work, bro. Appreciate it, Jay, with the $5 donation. If anybody else wants to send a tip, that's the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. Tip page has been super weird for 5 days, but after 5 days of emailing them, finally got everything sorted out. So it is working now, as you just saw. So yeah, we can take a look at that right now. PHUN. Right over here. Looks interesting. Hidden bullish divergence. Let me just chart all the divergence. So hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour MACD and RSI. And yeah, potential hidden bullish divergence on the daily MACD and RSI. So a lot of hidden bullish divergence on the chart. I think there was a better entry area. For an example, when you were testing this 200-day moving average and you put in the bullish hammer candle and you were holding the 129 support, I think this was like the best entry for the lowest risk. And I think it's obviously easy to say that in hindsight, but genuinely, if I saw the chart here, I'd be saying that. Right over here was like the best entry area, like this area. So it was a little bit late to be managing risk. I mean, if you're entering here, there's definitely still some more upside. I think your next resistance is like 182. I don't know, like, support from. Looks like your support, let me go back on the 4-hour. Yeah, it looks like your support would be 154 and your resistance would be 152. So at this point, you're right in between support and resistance. So maybe if you pull back down to the support, you can manage your risk, place a stop loss a few percent below. But I definitely, just being straightforward, I think there was a better entry opportunity here. Obviously in hindsight, but if it breaks 182, it's probably going to go crazy. There's not much resistance after 182. You probably need a break. That's PHUN. Thank you again for the $5 donation. Yeah, trading in the zone. There's an audio for it on YouTube, an audiobook. Great. Listen, I mean, it's a great read if you buy the book. Also a great BRQS. Ignore the scam wick from Friday. Kind of have hidden bullish divergence on the 4-hour, MACD and RSI. Same thing on the daily, so a bunch of hidden bullish divergence. Again, on a lot of these trades, there were much better time. Like the entry time for like most stocks was on Friday afternoon when I alerted in the Discord and on Twitter that I thought that the market was bottoming out right when it was at session lows, and that's what pretty much happened on most things. Like almost 90% of stocks were putting in hammer candles, bouncing off of their 200-day moving averages, showing divergence on Friday afternoon. And it's just like right now on a lot of stocks, they already had huge days today. So yes, it can continue if the market continues rallying, but what happens if the market indexes start pulling back like they have been the last couple of weeks? So, risk management at these areas is a little bit tougher. Obviously, things already dumped like crazy, so there's for sure a lot more room to the upside. But I'm just saying about putting on a stop loss, you'd already have to be risking like over 10%, just for like to put your stop loss under a support, to have like a tactical stop loss. But if you break 150, next resistance like $2 if you can actually you're right under one. Spotify, no divergence on the daily or the 4-hour. You kind of just messing around with the 200-day moving average. That'll probably be telling. If you're over the 200-day bullish, if you're under it bearish, you do have a gap to. Yeah, you gapped up today, so you have a gap to fill like 262 something. Resistance is around like 290-ish is like your resistance, and support probably like 226. So I mean, there is another support. Your closest support is 245. Your closest resistance is 290. This one. Very volatile. You are showing some classic bullish divergence on the MACD and on the RSI on the daily. So that's good. But I think you definitely want to stay above 299. Pretty much right at it. You want to get back above this support. Right? Tesla was up 20% today. Gosh. At this point on Tesla, I like how you broke back above 654, but then you still have the $700 resistance. Let's just go on the 4-hour. You're again right in the middle of a channel. Like on a lot of these stocks, I know it's frustrating, but that's just what happens when pretty much 95% of stocks were going through the roof today. You're in the middle of a range, so it's literally, you can flip a coin, as Mitch Ray would say. Like either it goes up to the resistance at 700 or it pulls back to 654. But there's not really an edge that can tell you either way. In fact, there's actually, if you look at the 30-minute, not on this chart, but on a lot of charts, there's bearish divergence, but that's the 30-minute chart. I don't like how you're under the 200-day moving average. If you break above it, that would probably be good. But support, I think, is 524 from your lows over here. That's about it. So as long as you're above 524, I guess you're good. Divergence, so. Let's see what else. Are we still in a bearish trend? I think we're in a neutral trend right now. I wouldn't say we're in a bullish. I mean, in a macro sense, we're still in a bull market, right? We have not gotten out of the bull market. Yeah, go much lower to even be considering that. So you still are in a long-term bull market, but in terms of the short term, I think you're in a neutral market. High volatility and not too much of an edge. But I don't know, maybe stimulus helps, maybe it doesn't. There's just so many different variables that I just think it's kind of neutral in the short term. I can really see the market going either way. And you know, I typically do tend to have a bias on the market, but right now I just genuinely don't. Keep hearing people say we're gonna have a bigger correction after SPY past 400, passes 400. Interested if you have thoughts on that. I just think it's way too speculative. There's just too many things that can change, especially fundamentally. I mean, everybody's trying to predict it. Some people are gonna be right. Most people are gonna be wrong. So I don't really just do predictions. I like thinking very short term in terms of the actual market indexes, because just so much can change fundamentally. Skip the song, and even on the technicals things can change, but I'm just taking day by day. I'm not too caught up with 2-3 weeks out. I'm just more caught up with this week. All right, let's start adding some more tickers again. Yeah, hit that like button. We need 10 more people to hit the like button and get 50 likes. Thank you again for the 2,300 subs. Want to subscribe? You definitely could. And if you want to send me a tip or get some merchandise, that is the pinned comment in the chat and the first link in the description. The tip page is working again after being very weird for like 5 days. Finally figured everything out with Streamlabs. Yeah, basically I got in trouble with Streamlabs, but I said sorry and we're good now. I just need to be a good boy, I guess. I didn't even know that I was breaking a rule. Basically what happened, I'll just say, the one-on-one classes, I was using Streamlabs as a payment processor just so everything was like, you know, the whole entire payment was secure and safe. And apparently you can't use Streamlabs website for services. You can only use it just for stream tips. And I didn't know that, so they kind of they kind of held my funds and like, I guess they froze them or whatever. Kind of stopped allowing credit card tips for like 5 days. But I just emailed them. I didn't know I was doing something wrong. They said I was. And I just pretty much, you know, not gonna happen in the future. Whenever I open up the one-on-one classes again, I'll probably just use PayPal.me, some other sort of. I also have a Shopify, which is what I run the website on. So I'll probably figure out something else pretty easily. I'll probably do it on Shopify on the actual free trading movement website. I could set that up. That was a whole entire situation with that, but it's all good now. If you would like to send a tip, I'm just adding some tickers. Last one was BW. Workday. MBL. Armo got crushed, so I'm not surprised that when the market like rallied today that Armo would have ran as well. Cyan. Song is so slow. NASCAR. All right, I've been trying to be very, very nice. We've been trying to put in a lot of, you know, high risk, high reward picks into that. I'm just gonna be completely straightforward. I don't know if you want, you know, approval or accept, like whatever it is. I've just been trying to be as clear as possible. I've been trying to be super nice, but honestly, myself and most people not too concerned about calling things and, you know, trying to predict things. And what we do here is I try to teach how to manage risk and use technicals to safely build up an account. Because a lot of times when you're going for 2-3 baggers and you're trying to make huge percentage gains on plays, you're going to be trading something that's very, very volatile. In doing so, you're going to be risking a good amount of your account. And there's a lot of people here who are unemployed or they have, you know, they're retired, and that's just not how a lot of us here trade. We don't have that risk tolerance. We don't have that risk amount. We try and do low risk, medium reward trades. That's what we do here. So I don't know if there's a better place for you elsewhere. I'll look at your chart, but I don't look at things that are up 500%. You cannot use technicals for that. Technicals were not built off of that. So if you don't like what I'm doing here, there's many other places that do that. I'm just putting my foot down now because I've been trying to be nice about it, but at some point I just need to be straightforward with you. So if you want to get mad at me, you can get mad at me. I'm just trying to be straightforward. Yeah, we don't look for things that are already up 500%. Congratulations that you called it. Like, absolutely, congratulations. But at the same time, like, that's the game, right? You can be calling things that are that volatile and you can be right half of the time. It's not too hard if you're just playing things that are like that. I could do the same thing, but the other half the time you're risking insane amounts to be trading things like that. So it's just not what I do. If you prefer that, I'm not criticizing you for it. I'm just telling you what I prefer and what I stream and what this whole entire movement's about. And what most of the people here are doing is not trading things that go up 500% and then drop 50% and back and forth. But congratulations. If you want it, congratulations. No, I don't sit here and like really talk about percentage numbers like I can. It's just not what I do. So putting my foot down right now. Don't get mad at me. Just being straightforward so I don't have to keep on trying to ignore it, I guess. So Square, be collected with the $5 donation. IMRN, thanks for all you do. Appreciate the $5 donation. Be collective. I'll look at IMRN right now. I just want to continue adding the rest of them. Is crypto usually around the SPCE and downtrend? I don't know the exact correlation, but yeah, I'm not too sure there. GameStop, I mean, we can, I'll look at them, but I'm not really going to be giving you an answer, like a probability. Look, you know, NASCAR again, like everybody has their own style of trading. I think you just have a very different style of trading than a lot of us here. Let's get back to the tickers. TCA, all-time low. I mean, I don't know what this is, but yikes. This thing is getting absolutely demolished. I don't think this is a technical play. Again, can it go up? Absolutely. It just went from the previous swing high, it just went from 900 down to 34. So if it randomly pumps one day to 300, 400 bucks, I would not be surprised. But I don't think there's anything signaling it from a technical standpoint on a major time frame. So 50-50. BW, we were looking at yesterday. It does look like kind of like the beginning of an ascending triangle. As long as you're above this upsloping green domain line, you're good. Workday, you're facing this resistance at 247.55. You can break above it, that's good. But if it's like a make or break area. So 247.55 is your make or break area. MBL, I can't really do much for you here. Just pretty sideways. I don't really see an edge. You are showing some hidden bullish divergence on the 4 hour, sure. I guess as long as you stay above like 1350-ish. But there is obviously more room. RMO, yeah, I mean, RMO went from 38 down to 10 bucks. The market rallied today, so for this to go up, 21%, not surprised at all. You were showing some. I was talking about RMO, I think earlier, maybe something in the Discord, just in the chat. 4 hour divergence was being developed. And even like some daily divergence was also being developed, and that's not confirmed yet, but as long as you're above 10 bucks, you're good on RMO. Cyan. I mean, I see a rounding bottom here. Right? Rounding bottom, what this pretty much displays is that gradually over time, people are becoming more bullish, right? This means people were bearish, 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 bearish. Then they were starting to get more neutral. Then they were getting more bullish, super bullish, super bullish. And usually what happens is you either turn it into a cup and handle or the demand inclines and you can get a nice move. As long as you can break your, obviously, like your neckline. Right? It's like a bowl instead of like a cup and handle, but obviously it could have handled. I don't know if it's something that already went crazy after hours or whatever. And then INVO, congratulations on calling it. That's really about it. Can't do much for you here. I have no clue where it's knowing. Don't know anything about the company, so can't really even give you fundamental analysis. EQOS. No divergence on the daily or the 4-hour. Kind of just ran all the way down to the 200-day moving average, and then you bounced off of it like a lot of stocks did on Friday. You don't really have a resistance until 1485, but I'm not too sure your support would be. It kind of looks like a double top, and your next resistance is 1485, and then your support would be the 200-day moving average. Square looks all right if you can hold 212. It's kind of range bound between 212 and 242. So as long as you can hold above 212, it looks good, but you're kind of in the middle of range, so not too easy to manage your risk. IMRN, there's not even really like candles on this to analyze, so can't do anything there. SOS, not bad. It kind of looks like a double bottom, like it's a little bit gappy over there, but we're showing some bullish convergence, kind of like a double bottom. And that's really about it. I mean, as long as you hold this swing low right here, like 527, you're good. Your next resistance would probably just be up at $8. So you are towards the bottom of the range. As long as it holds that bottom of the range, you're probably fine, but obviously volatile. And then GameStop went insane today. Yeah. I mean, do you guys remember down over here? What was I saying? What was I even had a trade lined up. Obviously, it was like a normal trade, and by normal I mean 32% profit. It's GameStop. It's not a normal stock, so it did not do anything normal. But for the people who were here, 5-6 weeks ago, what was I saying about GameStop, AMC, Nokia, BlackBerry? What was I saying about all the Reddit stocks after they dumped? I was showing you that all of them had hidden bullish divergence on the daily. You can go back in my streams, see the proof for yourself. All of these types of stocks I was looking at right when they were down over here, and I said they looked bullish based on the hidden bullish divergence. I mean, I can show you all the examples if you want me to again, but like all of them did, right? So that's GameStop. That was your hidden bullish divergence after you dumped. AMC, that was your hidden bullish divergence after you dumped, went way higher. This one did not play out. BlackBerry really didn't do much. The trade was up 18% at one point, but then it just pulled back. I think Nokia also didn't. So 2 for 4, I guess, on the ones that were showing the hidden bullish divergence. I know there's a few more, but I just can't remember the names. Obviously, I'm not going to try and do any technicals on GameStop at this point. The technicals did play out when it was over here and it wasn't having much hype. But once you get all that, fraction back, it just depends on how long until the hype lasts, right? So just because somebody requested, that's just my thoughts on it. But obviously, I can't really do technicals because it doesn't matter too much. Cost was down 7% today. Always chase GME pips like a sympathy play. It's tradable, sure, if you have the risk tolerance for that, but I mean, it is really, really volatile. I at least like how it made a higher low from this low to this low. So technically, as long as you don't come under this low right over here, you could definitely trade it, but that's already what, like 30% from the current price, like 25%. So you have the gut for that type of risk. I mean, yes, it could do what a lot of other of the Reddit stocks did. Go crazy. Bullish convergence, hidden bullish divergence on the daily. It kind of does look like how GameStop and AMC looked before it's had these recent rallies. But you need to just hold this swing low. I mean, yeah, it could go crazy if the technicals play out, but usually things like these, like technicals, it just depends more about the hype, even though the technicals did play out when GameStop and AMC were at the lows. American Airlines, if you go to my channel and you go back to like the middle of January, I put out a video on travel stocks saying that I thought they were super bullish long term. Pretty much all the stocks I showed in that video, like I guess 2 months ago, or a little bit less than that, I've like rallied. Like travel has just been booming. I'm sure you've been seeing Boeing. And I talked about my reasons for travel back in January and why I was bullish on it. And that's pretty much what happened in February, and kind of right now, travel's doing very, very nice. Charts were looking amazing. They did not recover as much as most other stocks did after the COVID crash because of how they got affected. But now with the vaccines and recovery and everything, like fundamentally, it kind of makes sense. I think also with the stimulus they're going to be getting, I don't know if they're loans or grants for paying employees or something, I think. Fact check me if I'm wrong. So at this point on American Airlines, MACD does not look great on the daily. 4 hours showing hidden bullish divergence. They're just kind of mixed variables, but I'm still, even at this point, I'm still long-term bullish on, like, I'm talking 6, 7, 8 months out, and as long as the market does tumble.
I have designed this
Yeah.
picture to amplify my thoughts so people will quit asking me for sandwiches. That should work, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, Space Ghost.
Go ahead,
My
Moltar.
show was...
That was an interesting intro song. Bitcoin and futures still have not moved. Yeah, futures, they're down a little bit. I mean, it's not surprising at all considering how much the market was up today, so even the 30-minute was not looking too save. This one's been outperforming, I think, most of the airlines. Wow. And it's showing, I'm gonna skip that song. It's showing hidden bullish divergence develop. So, I mean, as long as you're above 32 bucks here, you're probably fine. 32 is a huge support. As long as you can hold 32, it looks good, but just remember it's been pretty parabolic. So, yeah, I think that's gonna do it for today. I feel like we got through a good amount of tickers, pretty much around my normal stream time. Hopefully you enjoyed. Thank you again to Steven with the $100 donation earlier. If anybody else wants to send a tip or get some merchandise, that's the pinned comment in the chat. Yeah, hopefully grades helped you out today. I'm proud of how they did, but I'm not trying to get cocky. It'll look very, very different tomorrow. It depends on what the market does. So whenever you want to take profits, whenever you're comfortable taking profits, you always do you. That's that. Manage your risk, trade safely tomorrow. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for 2,300 subs. Yeah, and if you haven't hit the like button, make sure to hit it on the way out. That would be appreciated. Subscribe button, however you want to support the stream. Hopefully you're doing all the free analysis, free trades. Join the Discord, the link's in the description. Follow me on Twitter at ChampionVod. And that's that. Thank you very much for coming out to the stream. See what happens tomorrow. That's that. Thank you all. Have a great night. Need 4 more likes to 50 likes. So get to it if you can. And yeah. Peace out.